Welcome to Underrated or Overrated with Lego Access.
In this episode of Lego Overrated or Underrated, we are going to be reviewing the old classic of Lego Rogue One, which is maybe the best Star Wars film after The Force Awakens released. And because of Andor, it is time to review the Rogue One sets to see if it is overrated or underrated. So we are going to be reviewing in 5 categories: the sets, the minifigures, the prices they were originally at, the Lego build itself, and the playability and accessibility. So let's get straight into it. So just looking at the sets, this is my opinion. We've got some really good ones, and we've got the Imperial Assault Hover Tank, to the AT-ST Walker, to the TIE Striker, to the Rebel U-Wing Fighter, Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, and finally the battle on Scarif with the Y-Wing on the Starfighter. Now, Rogue One's a weird one because they actually released a lot of stuff for this Lego stuff, and honestly, in my opinion, they should be releasing similar amounts now for all the Disney Plus series are doing, and they're just not. We only got one Obi-Wan set. I really like these sets. Obviously, it's Star Wars. They're based on ships. We know that. I'm just basing it on how good is the Lego Star Wars ship. It's a Lego Star Wars ship. I don't really know what else to tell you. It's as good as it has always been. The Imperial Hover Tank. They come with some really good fighters as well, which is really nice to see. I can't remember exactly. I'm going to butcher his name, but we've got Imwe, the blind force sensitive guy from Rogue One. We have also got some other key figures in here as well. I'm going to butcher this name again. But we do also have a Baze Malbus as well. We've also got Krennic, we've got Captain Andor, and all of this stuff. And we've got his personal ship that he actually had in this, as well as Krennic's Imperial Shuttle. So I think out of 10, we've got to give a solid 8 for these sets. They were all really good. Obviously, Lego Star Wars sets have notorious reputations for being good. I've really liked them. I think the minifigures lack a little bit, like Krennic has got blonde hair. Some of them are like not identifiable. Although the spy, the traitor who left the Empire, the guy who was always there trying to coordinate with Captain Andor to get the plans to the Death Star, he's done really well here. I think back in these ones, the Lego figures don't really look as much like them as they would nowadays. But yeah, solid 8 out of 10 for the set itself, I think, and that is a really good way to do it. I think they represent it all the way. I think that maybe they could have done some maybe in build when they go to Sol Guerrera on the planet there. I think that would have been really cool. Although they do a lot of battle ones, it's just an excuse really to do a new TIE Striker, a new AT Walker, a new Imperial Shuttle, a new a Starfighter. It's really an excuse just to do all of these and getting some really good figures. So I do quite like the sets, and I give it a solid 8 out of 10. So obviously this leads me on to the minifigures as the next obvious one. We've got some really cool minifigures in here. In the Y-Wing Starfighter set, for example, we have got 5 minifigures that 3 are unique to the set. Admiral Raddus is a really cool one to see in there. Astromech Droid we got in there. Obviously you've got the normal Stormtrooper, but you've also got Moroth as well, who only appears in one set. So you've got some really cool individual people in these sets as well, which is cool. I think Admiral Raddus is definitely my favourite one there, and I think he probably goes for a lot actually. But I think the minifigures here are very good. I think some of them could be done better, but I don't know. Obviously Admiral Raddus's Lego set's going for £105 new on eBay, so again I do think the minifigures here have been done excellently as well, so I would do that. I think the people that let me down is Krennic lets me down a lot. I think like some of them they're just not as good here. I think it really gets saved by the unique minifigures that you get in this. Again, those Sol Guerrera I don't think as they appears in these sets. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think some of them don't really look very close to the minifigure because they're like rotated between like 5 minifigure styles, like from 2010 to like 2018. So I don't know how good this is, but I'm going to give the minifigures a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair. I think some of them are really cool and unique, and obviously bring it up high, and I think some of them They've just got that generic hairpiece, which kind of makes them quite similar to lots of other figures. So a sort of 7 out of 10 for Rogue One in the minifigure section. Now, in terms of prices, this is where it really goes down for me in terms of new Lego Star Wars themes in 2022. I think that's obviously quite key when you do this and look at this. But these ones aren't unreasonable. Obviously, we've got to take into account these were released in 2016 and 2017. I think some of these are right, like £45 for the Walker. Maybe it's a little bit too much. £65 for the TIE Striker, and it comes with 4 minifigures. It's not a massive set. Maybe it's a bit ridiculous. I think £75 for the Rebel U-Wing Fighter of Captain Andor is actually a fair enough set. It also comes with 4 unique figures to the set. It comes with Bistan. It comes with Captain Andor with his dark blue coat on. Gina, so obviously with like her sort of like a different style, only appears in the set as well. And then obviously 2 Rebel pilots, and one of them has only appeared in the set as well. So I think that's worth. I think Krennic's Imperial Shuttle at £85 is also worth it. I think there's 6 unique figures to the set. So Bodhi Rock, Director Orson, Callan Krennic is also there. The Imperial Death Trooper, the K2SO droid, and Pow without this sticker on his backpack is also put down to this set. So I think the prices in this one actually aren't that bad. I mean, we've seen the ridiculous prices of the new Obi-Wan sets, the new Mandalorian sets, the Cad Bane ship that I really like from Bad Batch, but I just never wouldn't spend that much money on. So I think they're still expensive for Lego, especially at this time, but they're not as bad as Lego Star Wars sometimes could be, if you know what I mean. So I am actually going to give them a relatively good score for this. I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10. I was expecting them to be a lot longer and a lot higher for this, especially seeing as, you know, they're still valued not even relatively the same prices as well. So they haven't massively dropped in value. I mean, there's some of them have gone up in value. Obviously, that's what happens with Lego. But yeah, sort of 7.5 out of 10 for the actual prices of these sets. So just in terms of Lego building architecture then, I think this is where I actually really like Lego Star Wars. I don't really buy much of it anymore, or any of it anymore. I just do this video because I just like reviewing stuff. But I think the set designs on these are really, really cool. Obviously, you can't go wrong with the Walker, or with the TIE Fighter, with the U-Wing, with the X-Wings, and all of those ones. They're relatively in the same build for the last 10 years, just modifying stuff. But just taking into account individual stuff like Krennic's Imperial Shuttle, just the black design, I really like that as well. I think inside, and this goes on to the next point about playability, maybe lacks, but you don't really open up ships, do you? You put them in the ships and then you move around with them, and that's what you really do. So I think the set designs on these ones are some of the best areas. I think the weakest points, yes, the minifigures could be better, but I think the set designs and the way they build these sets and the styles they have in Star Wars have just redefined how they do them in Lego anyway. So I've just got to give them props for that. So yeah, I do really like how they've done all of these ones. So the Imperial Assault Hover Tank, the AT-ST Walker's done really well. The TIE Striker, the Rebel U-Wing is my favourite one. The Krennic's Imperial Shuttle as well is incredible. The Imperial Trooper Battle Pack is, and all the battle packs are kind of alright. I think the weakest one in terms of build is the Battle on Scarif, which comes with, again, 4 unique figures. Cassian Andor's reddish brown jacket, Jane Erso in the Imperial Ground Crew disguise, a Scarif Stormtrooper, and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's good, and I do really like it, but it's just a bit off, you know. It's not a bit off. It's just really, really good, and I don't know, most of these sets are good, but yeah, the Battle on Scarif I don't think it's as well built, but again, and it was released for £54.99, going back to the price point. So yeah, but I mean, with Lego Star Wars always, but all of these ones, all of these prices, they've doubled in price at least, especially new and even used. They've at least gone £20 above their original value. So we're going to go into my final predictions now and see what I'm going to give Lego Rogue One, if it's underrated or overrated. So overall, that means that I think that Lego Rogue One is underrated. The sets I gave an 8 for, the minifigures a 7, the price is 7.5. I've given the Lego build a 9 and the playability an 8, which comes to 39.5 out of 50, 79% rating, which definitely means it is an underrated theme and section of Lego Star Wars, which I really like. And with the new release of Andor, hopefully these sets get picked up and looked at again, because that's definitely why I'm looking at them now, and we'll see. So what do you guys think about this review of Lego Rogue One? Do you think it's underrated like me? Do you think it's overrated, or do you think it's fairly rated? I personally think it's underrated, so let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and do whatever you want, and make sure you check the channel. We're currently running a tournament for the best Lego theme. We're in the quarterfinals, so make sure you vote on that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.